Snow Patrol and Run on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me is Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington. So that's 3 for 1. I don't know. Alright? Exciting.
Oh,
News. Breaking news is that there's only 2 more weeks of us before we have to go away on a little extended break again. So, can't give any more details yet. We don't know when we can come back because, we don't know what we're doing. We're going to, America. We're doing the Golden Globes, and then we're going to watch the Office pilot being filmed.
Yeah.
And then we've got bits. I'm doing a bit of a tour, so it'll be sort of the summer times probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying it like they care.
Oh, they don't give a damn.
Do you know what I mean? I sometimes think that because you think, oh, you don't want to let down the people. You want to keep it consistent. You want to give, you know, but really, I know I like doing this more than anyone listening.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I love coming in, I love squeezing Carl's head.
Yeah.
I love playing some records. You know, I like sort of sitting in the room with you. I know you love it.
Oh.
I can't wait.
I can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing on a Saturday.
Yeah. So, we got our Saturdays back though.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, my alarm went off today and I was a bit tired because we had a couple of drinks last night, didn't we?
Last night, yeah.
We had, you know, we're party animals. Oh, I've been looking for an office this week, as you know. And it's so stressful. Just walking around, just talking to agents and, right, okay. So, my method is this, right? I walk around the area that I want to be in, obviously, because I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to, you know what I mean? So I walk around, to be fair, it is about a square 500 yards.
Yeah.
Right? It's sort
Your
of.
house is in the centre.
Yeah. I walk, and, so I walk around and look at placards, I go, that's a nice office, and I phone them up. There's loads of different people I'm dealing with, right? And they went, oh, we got one in so-and-so street, I think it was 5th Street or something like that. I went, oh yeah, I went on to, I'll see you there in 20 minutes. I got there, you were there if you remember. I looked round and I said to Steve, it looks alright, there's no pawn shops or anything like that, right? And Steve went, well, it is next to a brothel. And I looked, and there on the next thing, like, you know, model, 1st floor, Susie, 03, and I phoned him and I said, do you know what? Don't bother coming here. He went, no, I said, no, I said, because it's next to a brothel. He went, yeah. I went, right, okay. Just for future reference, I don't want an office literally next to a brothel, right? When I go to work, I don't want to walk past prostitutes. Call me old-fashioned,
Yeah,
right?
as you go into work, there's a prostitute.
Yeah.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, she's got a cappuccino. Yeah, Starbucks, yeah. Business good? Yeah, it's a bit slow at the moment. But it picks up later this evening, does it really? Good. And, I said to him, I've got so my New Year's resolution is being like a little fascist when it comes to business. And I said, also future reference, no crack dens and no wild animals in the porch. And, I just can't believe it. There's always something wrong. We went to one, right? It got there, right? And, a woman said, oh, I'm new here. She didn't know what keys she was using. And she went, it's the 3rd floor. And she went, there's no point, we won't both get in the lift. I went, right, will you get a desk in the lift? Right, she went, I've got a chair in the lift before. Brilliant. So, just find me an office, Rathbone Place, sort of Percy Street, Charlotte Street, Dean Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1st or 2nd floor.
I'm worried we're going to get emails from estate agents, phone calls from them. You know what those people are like.
I don't look at the emails.
True. Fair enough.
So, play a record. Sexist. Joe Jackson, difference for girls.
Well, he's not in the charts anymore.
I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. You were talking about renting an office. I'm a little bit intimidated because I'm just at the moment thinking about trying to buy a flat or something because I'm just tired of pissing money down the drain.
I know. Yeah.
And, but I'm really petrified. I put it off because I'm really gullible. When I'm confronted with anyone in a suit who sort of knows what they're talking about, they can sell me anything. I'm intimidated. It's like, you know, you're supposed to go in there and you're supposed to sort of act like you're the guy with the money, this is what I want, this is what no. But I go in there and it's like I'm afraid they're gonna say, clear off, I don't want to sell you a house. I'm not interested.
Have you ever thought of, like, really putting on sort of like some sort of cool air? Like, sort of like kicking the door and going, what was that? Is it like, if you found out in 30 seconds, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
You'd go in there, you'd stub your toe, and they go, what do you think? I can't put my toe, I've got my toe.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant.
Just tapping the walls.
Yeah, tapping the wall. What's the rates? What rates? I don't know.
Well, do you remember, I don't know if I told you before, I went to buy a laptop computer, and everyone said, go up Tottenham Court Road, and I was reading, like, magazines and stuff, they were saying haggle, make sure you haggle, make sure you're planning to haggle, get the best deal you can. And I found a shop which was selling the computer I wanted, and I went in there, and I had this whole plan in my mind of what was gonna happen. He was gonna say, like, it's worth this, I'm gonna go, well, look, I can get it cheaper here, I wanna buy it from you, I'm gonna haggle, and off I went. So I went in the shop, and I said, yeah, looking for this, interest in this Toshiba. How much is it? He went, oh, it's 1,500 quid. I went, sure. Okay. I said, I'll give you 1,300. He went, it's 1,500. And I said, sure, but I'm willing to give you 1,300. He went, 1,500. And I was done already because he hadn't even begun to haggle. And I was assuming he'd at least go 1,400 and we could start, but nothing. So now I was screwed. My whole plan went out the window.
Yeah. Why did you just leave?
No, I said to him, the thing is, I can get this computer cheaper down the road, but, you know, I like what you're providing there, I like your service. I've had good stuff about you. It was nice, I said, I've heard good stuff about you. And he went, I said, seriously, I can walk down the street, I can buy it there for cheap, for like 1,400. And he went, well, see you later then. And I was like, right. So I walked out the place. I said, well, I'm gonna have to leave then. And I walked out the place, and, because I wanted to get it from there, because it was still the cheapest, so I had to walk back in again. I went, yeah. I've just had some second thoughts. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'll pay the 1,500, can I get a free carry case? He went, the carry case is free anyway. I said, I'll take it.
Carry case is free.
I got nothing.
No, but how much would you charge for that if it was on sale? Carry case a tenner. Well, let's just say it is a tenner. Give it to me for free. And he went, no, it's a tenner. And you went, well, you said it was free a minute.
Yeah. Oh, it's just pathetic.
That is lovely.
It's having to walk out making a big statement and then come back in again.
Oh dear.
So I'm really scared. I feel like I need someone to come with me and do all the talking. You know what they're talking about. Because I'm not going to be able to tell if there's subsidence or if there's damp or...
No, but you don't do that.
Don't I? Is that not my responsibility?
No, you get a survey done.
Sure.
And they charge for that, and then you don't have to go around doing it yourself.
Right. Could I make a saving if I did it myself?
Yeah, this should be alright.
Yeah.
There's a hole in the wall, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's a hole in the wall?
Put some newspaper over that.
Chaucer's day, that was the toilet. That'd be fine. Carl, you're a second-time buyer, aren't you?
Yeah. Bought one in Manchester. Lost $7,000 on that one.
Well, don't buy in Manchester.
No, it's a good flat, it's just it wasn't... I didn't buy it to sort of make money, I thought I was going to be living there, like, all my life. And then a job came up here, and it was like, oh...
You bought your first flat in Manchester, you assumed you would be living there for the rest of your life.
Well, I wasn't in a rush to get
Play
a
record, you're an idiot.
Hang on a minute, so have you got a property portfolio? Have you got the two houses now?
No, I've got rid of that one.
Oh, you sold that one?
Got this flat.
£7,000
Got
loss.
this flat. I'll tell you something that is interesting.
Hold on, though.
What?
£7,000 lost. It's a flat in Manchester, but it could only cost about £8,000 anyway.
Right, Steve, something they do now, right, they've got to do by law when you're buying, right? I was looking at one in London, right? It's haunted. They've got to tell you now.
Right, don't talk shit.
I'm telling you
Play
now.
a record.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah. There's no such thing as ghosts. That is ridiculous if that appears on a legal document.
Right, if there's anyone who sells flats and that, does that for a living.
Yeah.
Right, email in, because I'm telling you now, that is a fact. She sort of dropped it in. She said, I said, oh, you know, nice feel there. And she said, yeah, well, that'll be the ghost. Just dropped it in, that's all they've got to do. And then I was like, what? And I went, oh, yeah.
That's what I've got to do, is it? So that's the legal thing. Did you drop it in? So in court you go, did you drop it in? Yeah, I dropped it in. Play a record, you're an idiot. That's David Gray, and this year's love, if you're in love. I hope it lasts. It's only January. What you got for us,
I just thought we ought to maybe go through some of the emails. I mean, I don't want to query the calibre of some of the emails we get sent on this show, but, here's a typical one, Rick.
Go on.
There's no name, it's just from Glicko, that's his email address. That's just a question to you, Rick. Did I see you walking around Marylebone High Street last Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I was in Marylebone High Street last Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, but did you see Glicko?
I didn't see Glicks.
Okay.
I didn't see the Glickster,
Alright, this is one from M. Ricky, what do you think of Richard Bacon's show? I can't decide if he's better than you.
Nor can I.
Any thoughts?
Nor can I. I can't help her out on that one.
Sure.
That's a really personal thing. She's got to dig deep. She's got to look at both of us. She's got to find out what she likes.
Yeah.
And then whether I provide more of that than Baker's.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Baker Foyle's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put myself up against him, so I can't help you. Next, Steve, next.
Well, there's a lot of emails last week, which were saying how much they enjoyed the Christmas specials. Thank you very much for that. That's very flattering of you.
Cheers.
There was also a couple... There was one, it was a guy, I'm sorry that I think I might have deleted it, but I should have sent a reply, because there was a guy from Canada saying, if there any chance you're around in March, whether you could pop in and have a surprise birthday dinner for his wife.
Oh, why do you keep that?
I know, sorry about that.
I can't let it go now, can I, you idiot?
Okay. You know, I don't, I really apologise for that.
Yeah.
This is from Anne-Marie. She says that she loves the podcast. She listens with her 7-month-old baby. That cannot be a good idea. And she says this to you, Carl. If you had children, what is the most important lesson you'd want to teach them?
I mean, in a way, if you sort of look after a kid too much, it doesn't learn that much. But if you let it learn by its mistakes, it'll probably grow up all right.
But there are some mistakes you can't afford it to make to learn from.
Yeah, driving a car the wrong way down a motorway.
Testing if the fire really is hot.
No, but say like the time...
Does broken glass really taste horrible? These are lessons you don't want it to learn from mistakes.
You can tell them that.
Yeah,
but what I mean is, there's certain things that I just think there was a kid who grew up in our avenue, right, on the estate, who, when it was born, right, we kind of thought it's got no chance, this kid, because its man was a bit of a rumman. You know,
a rumman? Where's that?
No, just like, you know, she like going out and having a fag and like having a drink, and she's never at home. It's the one who had the horse in the house.
Sure.
Right, which I don't want to go over.
Sure. It's old news.
It's out there, isn't it, if you want to find out about the horse in the house. But she had a kid, and everyone was pretty surprised when they saw it, because it was a good-looking kid. She was surprised, because, like, you know, the man wasn't that good-looking, the dad was a bit rough. But it came out, and she was showing it around the avenue, going, look at this I've had. And she was chuffed with it, because it's probably like one of the newest things she's ever had, because everything else was always sort of second hand and what have you. But suddenly she's got this brand new little baby, right? Anyway, as it grew up, right, those looks went.
Right.
And I'm not talking getting old, I'm talking by the age of about 3. It looked rough already, right? And all that just happened because that's the life it was in, right?
Yeah.
So like it had like a patchy head. Its hair.
It had a patchy head.
A patchy head. It's just sort of.
It wasn't a North American Indian. What do you mean, a patchy head?
Just his hair was patchy. He used to chase sort of cars and stuff.
Chase cars. Sorry. What do you mean?
That's what he did for his.
Sorry, did she let it get raised by wolves?
No. But all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, what is it that makes a person? Do you know what I mean? Now, I don't know what state he's in now, but maybe he learned all his mistakes by the age of 4. I'm guessing he's not chasing cars now, but at least he's done it.
I'm guessing he is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At least you can go, yeah, I've been there, done that, and you don't go back to it, and you can get away with doing dafter things when you're a kid, can't you? I nearly killed a man once, right?
Okay, right.
That time when I was in Wales, and I was having a walk with my dad on the cliffs and that,
Yeah.
I just picked up a big rock, right? Chucked it off the edge, and as I chucked it off the edge, I noticed a fella was walking down below.
Jeez.
And I missed his head by, like, inches. Now, I've never chucked a rock off a bridge or, like, off a cliff or anything.
And it only took one man to almost lose his life for you to learn that lesson.
Yeah, but that's how you learn your lessons,
Yeah.
isn't it?
See, a lot of people would have said that maybe your dad should have said, "Wait, Carl, what are you doing?"
No, but he didn't know I was doing it. I didn't say I'm going to chuck this off here. I just picked it up and chucked it. And, like, as I let go of it, I noticed a fella was down there. You live and you learn. That's a little mantra.
Right.
You live
Okay.
and you learn. So the woman who's had the kid, sort of look after it, feed it, make sure it's got shoes and that, but let it roam about.
That's great.
There's the advice for you, Anne-Marie.
I love that.
Good luck. Just let your 7-month-old baby roam about. Carl, a lot of people are absolutely fascinated to find out how you met Suzanne, your girlfriend of how long?
Ages.
Yeah. And they can't comprehend how, well, I suppose that there's any woman out there.
Well, there's someone for everyone, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's always my thing. And it's reassuring, I think. You know, we chatted about the face transplants and that. You know, there's a face for everyone.
It's philosophy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really unbelievable.
No, there is someone for everyone, no matter what
Yeah.
condition you're in or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I read on the email, someone emailed in an old Chinese proverb, It's something about everything, no matter what it is, has got one talent. And that's the same way in a relationship, innit? That everyone, there's always someone out there. And that I like the Chinese. There's another Chinese proverb that I learned on an email.
Go on.
He who cuts the wood up warms himself twice.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then someone sent in that one about too many Chinese cooks spoil the broth.
What? Well, why is? Well, that's. I don't know. I don't know who slipped the word Chinese in there, but I heard it was too many cooks.
Well, it was just all sort of Chinese proverbs and that.
One of my favourite on the same subject is a camel is a horse designed by committee.
What do you mean?
Well, it's having a go at the camel, and it shouldn't. But it's just, it's just a metaphor. And if you wanted to design a horse and you had that vision, but you let 12 people in the room have their say, it wouldn't come out as you wanted it to do, and it wouldn't be as good. A vision is more perfect than committee, because everyone having their say, it becomes anodyne, it becomes compromised. Whereas the best things you can do is have an idea and have a vision and auteur that.
Rick, can I just say now, I can tell from his look that he's thinking, which committee designed the camel?
Well, I'd say, why would you request the ump bit? Because that's just going to get in the way, isn't it? I've always said that about a lot of animals. It's like we've doubled up on a lot of them. We've chatted about elephants and mammoths, one or the other. And that's the same with a camel. I'd have that up there as what they're doing. They were good years ago, in the Jesus times and that. Don't need them now. You know what I mean? We've moved on.
Well, not people who use camels to cross deserts.
What are
Bedouin
I'm
communities.
going to throw some animals at you, and you tell how you'd have improved them if you'd have been designing them. Okay? Mm-hmm. The octopus.
So I can now go back, I can look at them and go, what are they doing?
And where have they gone wrong? What's up with the... how could you improve it? Like the camel, you'd go lose the amp.
I'd probably give it a bit more of a body. Cut down on the arms. And give it some bones. Because I don't understand all this. Getting in a jar is good. When does it want to get in a jar? It says...
Well, it only wants to get in a jar according to your stories.
No, but there's something that says it can get in a jar because it hasn't got any bones. But I don't know why I'd want to do that in the first place.
Easy.
I can't even begin to answer that. Once again, you've claimed that you've read that they like to get in jars. I mean, how do they know that octopus like to get in jars?
Oh, God, I love it. You can improve on an octopus. Millions and millions of years of evolution, making it perfect for its surroundings. Okay, another animal for you then, Carl.
Giraffe?
What are they adding to the world? What are they doing?
Well, it's not about what they add to the world,
No, but
is
I thought that's what everything's about. It's about things are here for a reason.
The reason they're here is because they didn't die. That's it.
No, but there seem to be a lot of animals that are like...
Do you think there's a lot of cheating? Is that what you're saying? There's
I'm just saying, there just seems to be a lot of doubling up.
Yeah, so you get it down to like 8 animals that represented all of them. Okay, who would get in your team? You can choose 8 animals.
This is what I'm saying. If I was Noah, I would have gone like, hang on a minute. I've just seen something that looks a bit like this. Let it drown and have a clear out. But he didn't. He was messing about saving everything.
He was instructed by God to save everything, to be fair to him.
Yeah, but if he's been given that job, for me, he's sort of manager of that job.
So you believe
with
Noah
management
as well? You believe Noah happened as well, and he built a boat big enough to catch 2 of every species. You actually believe that as fact, do you?
Well, it's out there in book form.
Brilliant.
All right.
We haven't answered the question that we started with. How did you meet Suzanne?
Just at work.
Thanks.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey!
There was this airline, and it's having a lot of problems, and a lot of
pilots too tall?
Yeah, the cabin was so tiny.
Only bananas were allowed in the cockpit for fuel.
Anyway, there was a lot of strikes going on, right?
Sure.
Because I don't know what it was about. It was over money or whatever.
Yes.
And
Well, get something that doesn't need money.
yeah, but
But what else could you pay something in, Rick? I mean,
peanuts.
Okay, peanuts or fruit, yeah.
So anyway, the boss of the airline, he had like one pilot who he could trust, right? And that was his son.
Right.
But the problem is with a lot of these planes, you need 2 pilots.
Of course you do.
And he's like, if only I had 2 sons, but he didn't. There's no point harping on about it. Right?
Sure.
He runs a airline.
He runs an airline, yeah.
But how many pilots are there? Because there must be loads.
No, there's loads, but the problem is a lot of them are going on strike.
Oh.
And each week you can see that we're struggling here.
But how can they just close it down?
No,
Anyway,
you can't do that,
no,
Rick.
can't-
Of course you
you
can't.
can't
It's costing
do
him a
that.
fortune if he closes it down.
Yeah, but what one plane's not going to make a difference in an airline, is it?
No, it's all the planes.
It's all the planes, mate.
So the son, he's flying the planes and that. He's getting worried for his dad because of his business. It's falling
Sure.
apart. He's like, anyway, listen,
Well, one plane won't make any difference.
don't worry about it. We've found someone who you can work with. He said he's staying over at near the sort of quarantine area where all the animals are kept
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
right, okay.
They won't be looking in there. They won't bother.
No.
So he's like, all right.
But there's no animal that could be a co-pilot, that's why.
I'll see you. He'll meet up with you in the cockpit. I'm like,
He'll be having the cockpit, yeah, sure.
So anyway, he gets in there, he meets them. At first, a little bit of a shock who he's going to be working with, but
Why?
he's thinking, as long as I can keep my dad's business alive, I can
Not with
keep
one
a job.
plane.
Everyone's happy. Then one day, what happens is a little bit of a problem.
Oh, dear.
Well, what happened is one woman who was on the plane got a bit peckish, right?
Right.
And said to the air hostess woman, said, "I'm a little bit peckish. Have you got any sort of nibbles and that?" She went, "No, I got a sandwich." She said, "I don't really want a sandwich. You want something, like the usual stuff that planes give out, just like a bag of nuts or something."
Well, are they not giving those out yet?
So no, they don't give it for some reason. She was like, "Look, we've stopped giving out the nuts. We can get you
That's
a sandwich."
strange,
And the woman's
yeah.
like, "I don't want a sandwich. I just want some nuts." Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
A sandwich is quite a big meal and what have you. I just want some nibbles, want some nuts.
Well, that's not available. Done. End of story.
So she said, "Well, you're saying there aren't any nuts." She said, "But earlier I saw you put a tray outside the cockpit, right? It had a sandwich on it, 2 Cokes and 2 bags of nuts." Right. She said, "So you're saying there aren't any, but the pilot's getting
Well,
them."
aren't they now? That was the last 2 packets. Done.
No. So
Let's go home.
Well, I'll go and have a word with the pilot myself because you only put them out there a few minutes ago. He can't have eaten them
can't.
yet. I want
You
some.
you
I'm
cannot
going
go-
over.
no.
I know this is it. She was saying you cannot go over. She's going,
No.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to go over because I feel like
you
I'm being
can't.
lied to.
No, you can't.
So she goes, starts,
No, there's
and
no
the
way.
pilot can
Well, they
hear all
can't get
this
in anyway.
chat about the nuts and what have you, and he's thinking, what's going on out there?
Yeah.
He opens the door.
Yeah.
Right? She gets a glance in. Monkey sat there with headphones.
Fucking bollocks. White Stripes fell in love with a girl. XFM 104.9. 1:05 of a Saturday. That's what DJs say.
Of a Saturday, yeah.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
a Saturday.
Fast approaching.
Yeah, time fast approaching 1:10. What do you mean it's fast approaching? What's it speeding up, is it? Time's speeding up as it gets towards 2:10. Shut up.
Ricky Gervais, obviously.
With him, Steve Merchant.
Yeah, and Karl
Let's
Pilkington.
not forget Carl P, the K-Man.
He's growing on people now.
love him. People love him.
People was thinking, oh God, he's too much. Now they're going, they love him. Like, same as you. I mean, they still think you talk a little bit too much, but I mean, they love Carl. And, but, I shouldn't say that because it'll rock your confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I am a man of nerves. Sorry, I'm sidetracked because I'm looking on the internet here, on the website for XFM.
Yeah.
Because I was, well, partly bored, but also I was looking on there the other day.
That's nothing I said though, was it?
No,
Right.
no. And there were some people commenting on the show.
Yeah.
And one person on there, I'm trying to find it, I don't want to misquote them, but
Yeah.
basically, as far as I remember, they said that we knew even less about the music than the DJs that are on in the week.
Right. I think that is scientifically impossible.
Yeah.
So they've embarrassed themselves.
Exactly.
I think it's impossible.
You can't know less than the people that are on
I
in the
don't
week.
think so.
It's just,
I mean,
it's like trying to multiply with 0. You just end up with 0. It doesn't make sense.
I checked with Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge. He should know. But I don't think that's really annoying.
It's so annoying because I'd say this, we are passionate about the music and we do know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just because we don't read the back of the CD box.
No,
like
and play the list we're given with the 9 CDs that are on the playlist every month.
There's a piece of paper here.
The Carl's looking at me like he's thinking, oh no, we're having a go.
You've given away the magic of radio. You get pieces of paper here and they've got little bits of details. So for instance, White Stripes, this is the next single off White Blood Cells, February 2002. Now, it sounds like we know about the music. We
Yeah.
take that off a piece of paper.
Exactly. Whereas when we say about music and we're wrong, at least it's because we didn't know.
Exactly.
See? Look at the All-Stars. The All.
So, can I don't want to criticise there, but if I was listening and I'd enjoyed that track and I wanted to know what it was, I wouldn't have understood what you just said.
Really?
Could you just say that again?
Low Fidelity All-Stars.
Yeah, low fidelity, because you went low fidelity.
I was doing me DJ.
No,
talk,
it's
wasn't
just
I?
you didn't know
Lazy.
your mouth wide
I
enough,
can't
as
be
usual.
bothered.
No, sure.
It takes too much. Look at listen to him crinchling his little crinchling.
Cringe, you're not crinchling.
You're not crinchling your Jaffa cakes, are you?
It wasn't going out on air. No one knew.
I bet you're one of those people in cinemas that think you're being really quiet eating a bag of crisps, aren't you? Do you go to cinemas?
I've been for a bit, actually.
What do you do, Carl?
Carl!
What's an entertaining evening for you?
Yeah.
What would you do to occupy your time?
Might
Your hobbies, for instance.
might get a video out from prime time.
Right? What would you enjoy that, or would it just be a chore for you?
No, I think things like that.
You really hate doing that.
That's when you really switch off and you forget all your problems and stuff.
What? You haven't got any problems?
You haven't got any problems, Carl.
You don't know that. I put on a face when I'm with you.
You wear a mask. Are you crying inside,
This
Carl?
is you being the happiest you can be. You're like a clown, aren't you? Oh,
You think I'm like a hard, miserable man? Because there was somebody else.
I don't think you're hard.
The other day, and like I said to him, I can't watch The Elephant Man because it upsets me.
God, you're the best! You don't know you're doing it, you're the
but
best.
Can you watch it?
Well,
When it gets that bit where they're carrying him through the village and messing about with his head.
Well, do you know, this is true. My dad watched that once, and we were watching it. My mum and my sister and that were all quite moved by it, almost to tears, thinking it was a wonderful example of man's inhumanity to man and all that thing.
Yeah.
And my dad just went, "Wouldn't he make an amazing novelty rucksack?" And it cheapened the film for me, and I've never had this sort of.
Steve was thinking, he's not that ugly.
Ooh. Blimey, here we go. We were laughing at Carl. Can we focus on one person at a time, Rick, please? Let's destroy him first.
Oh, God. Tell him what you said to me when that record was playing about the Jaffa Cakes. He bought some Jaffa Cakes, which was lovely. He went across the road and he handed out the Jaffa Cakes. And then I went, oh, thanks very much. And then what did you say?
I just remember learning at school. I'm not like making fun of the illness because it's not funny. But they cure cancer.
Jaffa Cakes cure cancer.
Not like fully.
Right. They just go some way to helping.
Yeah. Do you know, it'll sort of help. If you've got it, you can't say, right, get me a load of Jaffa Cakes.
Right.
But I think it sort of puts a bit of a stop to it if you haven't got it. Do you know what I mean? It's like having vitamin tablets.
Is this medically proven? Should we get Dr. Fox down here to confirm that?
I can't. I actually can't cope. You're just play a record. Play a record.
Can I just, if anyone has ever survived cancer thanks to Jaffa Cakes, please call in.
No, but I didn't say
He
that.
said, and then he went, it's the orange thing in it. And then he tried to read it. He said, I wonder if it's, and he tried to read out this scientific name. I'm gonna play this. That's my favourite one I've ever done.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
Because I always had a problem with Gomez before, because it always sounded like they were trying to sound like these world-weary Tom Waits style, gravelly voice.
And they were 20.
And they were like 14, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's great. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Well done, boys.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Gervais gives it thumbs up.
Oh, dear. Can I play an Elvis Costello track?
You know, I'd love to bloody hear some Elvis Costello. Why are we saying that?
Well, you know why? Because we met him and he's a lovely man.
We did meet him, yeah.
And
without wishing to show off.
I remembered all the great songs he's ever done. I didn't like his spoken word much, too much, and some of his later projects I thought were a little bit, but his own songs from 1978 to about 1980 I thought were great.
Why did we meet him? I can't just remember why we met him, Rick.
Oh, I wasn't doing that.
No, I can't remember.
We won an award.
Was it because we won another bloody award? Stop giving us awards, please.
Oh, God.
Not enough room in my house.
Oh, dear, we've only got two.
Yeah,
and we haven't got one of those. The one was the BBC, so he's got a lot of room in his house. And I've got the other one, he let me have it, so he's got no award in his house at all.
Can I,
You can borrow it.
Can I don't know who you're talking to. Someone. I spoke to Richard Wilson from One Foot in the Grave.
I spoke to him.
Yeah, but he's a lovely bloke. He's a really nice guy. But he said to me, could I do a cameo in the office for £40,000? And I went, could like Ricky do like an amusing pratfall or something, and then you just come in as a cleaner and go, I don't believe it. And he looks at me like, why have you said that? Why have you brought that up? I felt so guilty.
Oh no!
I so wanted to apologise.
But why is it so? We know it's wrong to do that.
I don't know why I said it.
We know. Do we think no? It's different for me.
Exactly. 'Cause we're in the business.
I'll do a new twist on I don't believe it, and he'll go. That's the best I don't believe it twist I've ever heard.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Why did you? You didn't tell me that.
I know. I felt ashamed. I felt really ashamed.
Oh no!
I was a little bit drunk. I wasn't thinking straight.
Oh,
it was so embarrassing. I was talking to a friend of mine who said, who was it? I can't remember, was it? He said that he was watching it was a sports cast, which it may have been, Formula 1 racing or something like that. And he was, and there's a commentator, and the commentator's got to keep talking all the time. Yeah. And he was going, and there's the team there's, oh, good to see so-and-so's girlfriend in the audience. And he said he saw, and it cut to Richard Wilson in the audience, and he went, and the bloke went, and there's 1 foot in the grave. I love that. Just like, he knew he had to say it then, but he couldn't just name all the characters.
Oh, that's fantastic!
And there's 1 foot in the grave.
Oh, dear.
That'd be brilliant. And there's The Office.
I know.
Brilliant.
What, you're putting us alongside 1 foot in the grave, thing that's been going like 10 years and when all this, you're putting us alongside, it beat us, Steve, get over it. It beat us in the Comedy Awards.
No, I was just saying that you're an identifiable face if you're at a Formula 1 event. You know.
Okay.
Old. Grumpy.
1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, 1 foot in the grave, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carl, any thoughts before we move on anything we've said so far?
Elvis Costello.
Well, I'd like to play, Red Shoes.
Are we ready
Yeah,
for...
not yet. I'm just saying.
What?
Do you know who his dad is?
Declan McManus. No,
I don't know his real name.
Declan McManus. He was a big band leader in the 50s or something, wasn't he?
No, he was in the White's Lemonade ad.
Oh!
Was he?
Oh no, there's so much to do with that.
Good, so we're catering there to the audience listening who are 50 and above. Well, I don't, and I'm the target audience.
I'm a secret lemonade drinker.
Oh.
White's lemonade. You must remember that.
Never heard that.
Oh, those chimps that drink tea. Oh, once, right, in school, we had a French dictionary, and you know, ice cold coke on the back of my throat, singing hello summertime, it's the real thing. Remember that?
No!
Oh, you were there. We translated that into French.
Is that the end of that story?
Yeah!
That's the end of the story.
But I know it in French.
Do it.
But it doesn't make sense. We just literally did the word.
Go on, let me hear it. I can't believe you remember this.
Tres fois, coke, solidaire, among gauche, chante, bonjour, estival, jump, celebrate.
That's the only French you know, isn't it?
It's not even French. We just did it word for word. It doesn't make any sense.
Can you say another word of French? Can you quote
Le plume de
Shakespeare?
ma tante.
Can you
That's my aunt's
quote
friend.
anything else? Is there anything else you can quote other than that? Is there anything else you learned at school that you can remember word for word?
No?
Nothing.
Le chat est sur le mur.
I don't just mean French, I mean anything. English, maybe a bit of poetry that you can
Of course
remember?
I can, yeah.
Go on, quote a bit of poetry for me.
Like what?
Whatever you remember.
Light through on the window breaks. It is the east and Juliet is the sun. The rise for sun and kill the envious moon. It was always sick as well. Anyway. What do you
Doesn't
want?
really count.
What? Shakespeare doesn't count?
No, because that's the rate. Everyone knows that one.
Oh, going what then? What should I know?
The Wind Hover by Gerald Manley Hopkins. Oh, you can't do that one. I caught this morning's morning minion, Kingdom of Daylight, still thinking about
record.
Dawn Falcon and his riding of the
Hold
High.
on, no. We haven't done Carl yet.
Wait a minute, K-Man. Anything you can remember from school that you learned, that you had to maybe, memorise?
French.
Not necessarily French, you could be...
Anything you can remember. This can be anything you remember from school, apart from the orange stuff stops cancer.
Yeah.
It's not the cough that carries you off, it's the coffin that carry you off in.
Number one Chinaman.
Do you know what, we're going to be honest here, we know so little about China.
It's true.
We know so little about China,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing.
If you've got any interesting facts about China, then email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Also, I imagine the email address to use if you're going to take part in this week's Rockbusters.
I did read an interesting fact. I'm doing a show called Politics, and I was researching, and there's a thing about,
you went online?
sweatshops. Yeah, no. Sweatshops, like Nike, there's these facts, right? And, these people get, like, you know, a few cents an hour, and the CEO, I forget his name, for a Chinese woman to earn his 5.2 billion, she'd have to work 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 10,000 years. But Steve, they don't.
They don't.
They obviously don't want to.
Exactly.
They don't want to. They don't want to.
Lazy, Rick.
Ian Jury in the Blockheads, hit me with your rhythm stick.
Rick, are you likely to be going to Cumbria on your stand-up tour?
Certainly not.
Well,
Why?
it's just because you might want to visit the Cumberland Pencil Museum. That's the journey through the history of pencil making.
I do like pencils.
Really?
Yeah, I just use one then.
That's really
So,
Do you have any idea how that was made?
no, was it?
Let me email them.
Now, Chinese people.
Oh, incidentally, it's the premiere of China. The premiere.
Premier. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Well, when you were away, Carl, we worked out if there's 1 in 10 people are sort of like gay in some way, with 1 billion Chinese people, there's 100,000 little gay, lesbian Chinese fellas of some sort. What do you think of that?
What do you mean?
Well, if I think so it's some sort of form of gayosity, whatever it's called, is sort of like 1 in 10, right?
1 in 10 people are gay, apparently.
That's,
Right.
that does seem a bit high, though, doesn't it?
I thought it was lower than that.
What? You mean more than that?
Yeah. But
I don't
maybe
think
not,
so.
yeah. Well,
And I think that's of any sort of nature, anything.
But what time did they do the survey on the streets as well? Because, you know, they go out late, so if they're doing the survey sort of around lunchtime, forget it, they're not going to get any.
Sure.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're all asleep.
But if they're out, say, 1 in the morning.
Wow.
It's going to be higher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you know Carl's favourite song, The Killing of Georgie?
Mm.
A little gay fella goes out and, he gets, beaten up and that. Carl went, yeah, but would it have happened if he'd been going out at a decent time?
True.
But clearly in the lyric, it says, Georgie left the theatre before the final curtain fell.
Yeah.
Now, theatre's finished about 10:30,
Yeah.
so even to giving him half hour, I reckon it was only about 11 o'clock. So, you're talking rubbish there.
Are you sure that wasn't his curtains in his flat? And he's closing them before he goes out?
No, he was at the theatre. But I'll tell you what, I just realised something. Maybe where most people were going home after theatre, he was just going out.
Exactly.
That theatre to him is like a matinee.
Exactly.
Innit? He's off out clubbing, isn't he? He's off down, he's gonna get some ammo, he's gonna get a couple of butt plugs, and he's not even gonna start dancing till midnight, is he?
Have any of us ever met any gay people? It's just, I mean, our view of them is, I don't know. Email in if you've met a gay person.
Yeah.
Tell us where we're going wrong.
Yeah, has any of us ever met a gay person?
I mean, the way we talk about these, it's like, have we ever met Chinese people? I've seen them out there wandering the streets, but I don't think I've ever had a conversation.
Now here's the irony. I definitely know and have met more little gay fellas than little Chinese fellas.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any little Chinese friends?
There was a girl at school who was Chinese, but she was kind of inscrutable. I couldn't get close to her. She was sort of mysterious.
Right.
Rockbusters?
Yeah, brilliant.
Right, and this is where I give you a little cryptic clue. And some initials, and it sort of makes up a band or an artist and stuff like that.
Yeah, brilliant.
Sort of being the operative phrase.
Yeah. Let's see how we read this clue.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like Oscar Wilde.
Clue number 1.
3 different clues. Clue
Oscar
number
Wilde
1.
was Chinese, apparently.
Was it?
Yeah, it was legal then.
Right. Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone?
Sorry?
Right? Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone?
Are we back on the gay thing, or is this... This is the clue?
That's the clue.
Right.
Clue for Rockbusters number 1. Will you just leave the entrance to my garden alone, will you?
Right, that doesn't count because I know what it is.
And what were the initials?
What are the initials?
GG.
Correct.
Yeah. Right, but you've got to pronounce the artist correctly. I'll pronounce the artist because I know what it is.
Don't ruin it.
No,
People-
when the answer comes, I'll pronounce the artist.
Right, can we just focus, please, on the quiz? Go. What was the clue again? Give it again.
Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Not messing with it, right? GG.
Okay.
Right?
Next.
Doesn't count.
Next.
Incorrect.
Don't phone, but you can send a message on my mobile if you want, right? That's T. It's another little easy one. And, the last one. We were sharing out the mail sheet.
Right, that doesn't count either.
Can we just
I know what that is. I know what that is.
I don't care, we'll come to that later.
Yeah.
And number 3. We were sharing out the male sheep, and I think I got the best one. Right? DG.
DG.
Yeah. So quickly again. Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Stop messing about with it.
Yeah.
Right? GG.
Yeah.
Don't phone, but you can send us a message on my mobile if you want. Right? That was T. And the last one was sharing out the male sheep, and I got the best one, so that's good. Right? DG.
Alright, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Have we got any prizes?
You want to have a look?
Well, don't worry about it.
Oh, this is
don't worry about it.
pathetic.
Have we got any prizes?
Just, look, the
Yeah,
clues
fine.
are rubbish, the clues don't work, the show, I mean, this is pathetic. Play a record.
That's what it should be called, and the clues don't work.
Right. So, the first one, will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Right, that was the cryptic clue. The initials were GG.
Yeah.
That was Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates. Gareth. What would you
Gareth Gates.
No, but it's Gareth Gates, isn't it? So, why would you say to someone Gareth? Is that like what's that, a Manchester thing when you say Gareth?
Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates, Gareth Gates, the bloke,
yeah.
the bloke who came second in Popeye, but yeah, Gareth Gates.
So that's the first
What
one.
was that about getting off the thing though? Leave my leave my entrance alone, though. I don't understand what it's got to do with leaving my entrance alone.
The gate
Gareth,
to the garden.
no, the gates bit, but what's Gareth got to
The
do with it,
second one
you
was
ignoramus?
don't phone, but you can send me a message on my mobile if you want. The initial was T.
Yeah.
Text us, right? Just
No, it's text. The word's text.
Yeah,
So you'd have to say text, me.
text us.
Text, what do you mean? No, text me. What's that?
The third one was we were sharing out the male sheep and that. Right? I got the best one, DG, right? We were sharing out the male sheep. And
Get to it. It doesn't work anyway. Get to it. What is it?
Delta Good Ram.
Delta Good Ram. You were Delta Good Ram.
Blur. Out of time on XFM. Well, we're not out of time. We've still got an hour left, boys.
Hey!
Luckily.
Brilliant. A lot of emails, obviously, about the Chinese. People as fascinated as we are. I don't want to discuss it, you know, interminably, Rick, because there's so much to say, and we've said most of it in the past.
Yeah.
Get a couple of emails. In fact, I think, Carl, you told us this information. Remind me of it again. If all the Chinese people in the world were...
We're in a line on that, because there's loads of them, you'd never get to the end of it.
Right.
No, it's not that.
It's
no, if all the Chinese people formed a line and started walking out of China, you'd never get to the end of it.
That's what I just said.
No, it's because, though, they'd be having babies, you know what I mean? Still, it'd be adding to it all the time, wouldn't you?
But would they be walking and shagging and having babies as they're walking out?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
I'd love to see someone organise that. Maybe the Record Breakers team.
I tell you what, I'd love to see Ross McWhirter or Norris, who is it? Who's the one that's alive?
I forget, Norris, I think.
Norris, right. I'd love to see him to coordinate that.
Yeah.
1.2 billion little Chinese fellas. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Yeah. And where are they walking out of China? Which exit are they taking?
They're taking the...
Through Tibet? Or?
I think it's the... Gate 9 Slip Road, the M43,
right.
to St. Petersburg, right? And they go, and walking, and shagging.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because some presumably are dying as they're leaving.
No, but they live to 120.
That's true.
So
they claim.
So, yeah, well, we know Carl's theory on that. Do you want to just tell new listeners your theory about when all these Chinese people get the records for oldest people in the world? Come on, what's your theory, Carl? Carl,
just that they're probably lying.
Why?
That's all. Because a lot of them don't age that well. Some of them do. A lot of them don't, and they always look older than they are. I read the other day, right? Do you know the one who was the oldest woman in the world, right? Chinese woman, right? The way she did it, it was.
She didn't die. That was her secret. Yeah. What she did, she got up every day and didn't die.
No, she was like awake and that, and then she'd have 2 days just sleeping.
Right.
So she wasn't really that old.
What do you mean?
Well, she'd only sort of lived half of her life in a way.
Well, we all live
2/3
of our life, don't we?
No, but she was like awake and that, and then she'd go, oh, I'll go to bed, and then that'd be it for 2 days.
Remember we were talking a while back about the questionnaire that is often featured at the end of the TV programme Inside the Actors Studio. Oh, yeah. Where the host, James Lipton, always asks the same questions to every guest. And it's just supposed to sort of, you know, get their creative, you know, juices flowing, their mind working. We did ask Carl some of them. We never completed the questionnaire.
Oh, let's
carry on fire a few more at him.
And that'll also introduce people to the way his mind works a little bit. Okay.
What sound or noise do you love, Carl?
There isn't really one that I love. Nice noises, like the ones you get, like I like going in the park, right? And you go, oh, that's nice, isn't it? And you get like bird noises and stuff. But with those bird noises comes a bit of stress, right? Because I was in there the other day, and like I say, little bird noises and that, and a little robin was there, and I thought, that's odd, that's out early, right? Because it's like sort of summertime and that. Sure. And then I thought, oh, that's nice, and I was watching it, and then it got like a little worm, right? And I was like, hey, put it down, right?
Sorry, whoa! What do you mean? Because why were you interfering? Why were you interfering
in nature
with a robin taking a worm?
Just because it was a nice sunny day and that, and I thought, you see, worms normally come out when it's raining, don't they? And you go, well, I bet they're happy to die, in a way, because it's chucking it down, it's miserable. They come to the top of the soil then, don't they? Yeah. When it's miserable. But it was a sunny day.
That's they don't drown, I assume.
No, it's not that, is it? It's just that they hear the water or something falling on the ground and they go up to see what's happening.
What? No, wait, but why do they come up when they think it's raining? you're a worm, okay? It starts raining. Tell me your thought process.
Well, you just kind of, you're down there, you can't see anything, it's dark anyway.
Yeah.
So the rain's coming down on the land, the worm goes, what's going on?
The worm goes, what's going on?
He wiggles up to the top.
So what does he do?
So it goes up and it sort of sees it's raining, and then it goes back down again, doesn't it? But that's what I'm saying about the
What do you mean? What is this world where he goes, oh, it's just rain again? Oh, so that's the 400th time I've been caught out this year. It's rain. I'll remember next time. I won't come up. What do you think a worm is capable of in terms of cognitive thought?
What do you mean?
Well, a worm can basically tell certain chemicals and certain light patterns. That's all it is, really.
Yeah, and
It's not thinking. It's not choosing its favourite food.
you don't know that, though, is what I'm saying. You don't know what things are thinking. Everything thinks, doesn't
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, the thinking.
There's something in this room that's not.
All right, what about this one, then? What about flowers? Do you think they've got
A mind.
a feeling? Because here's something that...
Again, they use phototropism. They go towards the sun. They close and
All right,
open.
well, here's-
Can you
They
stop
grow.
using long words, Rick, like sun?
Listen, do you know I've been to my mum and dad's, right? I was talking to my mum about stuff,
All right.
and she was saying how this flower solved a crime. What happened was, there was a murder, right, in an office. So they said it's obvious that someone who works in the office did this murder because that person's only a sort of a typist. He has, they've done nothing wrong. So they said, that's narrowed it down, right? So this flower man came in and he said, I can sort this out for you. So they said, what do you mean? He said, well, during the murder, the plant was knocked off the cabinet,
Yeah.
Right.
right? And he had some special wires that you can put on
Special
the
wires,
flower,
yeah.
on the flower, and it's sort of shaking and stuff because even though you can't see it, flowers pick up bad vibes and what have you. If you shake a plant, it doesn't like it.
Okay.
Right? So what happened was, he said, right, what we'll do, we'll put the plant back on the shelf.
Yep.
We'll water it. We'll calm it down. then get
Give it a nice cup of tea.
every member of staff
Right.
to come in the room and just go near the flower.
Right.
So don't tell them.
So like a lineup for the flower.
kind
Yeah.
of.
Kind of like a
Yeah.
lineup.
But
sure.
don't tell them what we're doing. Just send them in
No.
and say, stand by that cabinet where the
Yeah.
murder happened and what have you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a long day. They were getting through a lot of stuff. It was a big office block.
Yeah.
They were going, this isn't working. The flower's not budging. Suddenly, they get into like the last part of the day when they were almost giving up.
They call in a sketch artist. The plant gives them a.
Some caretaker fella
Caretaker, yeah.
said, go over there.
Was it?
You
Was
know,
it an
so-
old man that? I mean, because Scooby-Doo didn't like him from the beginning.
No.
They send the caretaker over to the plant. He's going, he's thinking, I've got away with this.
Of course.
Plant starts shaking, what have you. They did him.
Okay, wait a minute then. So, was there any other evidence?
Was that
once-
the only evidence they used in the trial?
Well, no, it's one of them things, though. Imagine it, if you're that caretaker and you think, I've got away with this, then suddenly a plant grasses you up. You weren't expecting that. So suddenly you're off guard.
And you go, okay, can't get that chrysanthemum away from me, I did it. You're talking absolute bollocks. That was one of the most nonsense pieces of shit I've ever heard
But
in my
anyway,
life.
listen, well, it happened, but
It didn't
because you
happen.
said it. But what I was saying is, about the worm, this robin that I saw that was eating the worm, it had hold of it, and I thought it's a sunny day and that, give the worm a break sort of thing. So I went, oh, like that, and it sort of dropped it in shock. But then when it realised I wasn't that near it, it picked it up again and swallowed it. And I just thought, oh, do you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean, no.
I just thought it's a sunny day and everything. Normally birds are nice noises that I like, and yet there it is going about wrecking lives.
Wrecking lives! It was a
But it just swallowed it really quickly in that, and I just thought, there's the worm. It came out, it was happy, didn't know what was going on, and it had an extra chance. The robin dropped it, and then it got it again and ate it, and I just made me a bit fed up.
Well, do you know why, don't you? You couldn't outwit a robin. The worm was going, oh, God, Karl Pilkington. So that's who's been sent to save me, is it, God? You've sent Karl Pilkington, oh, I'm dead. That's it, okay, eat me.
But all I'm saying is how bird noises are normally quite relaxing, but not for the worm.
Unbelievable. That was one question.
What sound or noise do you hate?
As me or as a worm?
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Why would we asking a worm?
I've never heard an actor say that to James Lipton. When he says, what noise do you hate? What, is me or a worm?
No, but
Wow.
all I'm saying is, because of my last question, that's what I was saying. A bird noise is relaxing to me.
Right.
Well, it's not anymore because I think of all the deaths and stuff that go around that.
So now you hate the sound of birds?
I'm just saying it's changed my view on it. It's
So
it's like anything, isn't it? Every noise can mean a disaster.
Can it? Why would the sound of laughter, people laughing, why would that also signify disaster?
If you wake up in the night by the sound of, like, a baby laughing.
Baby laughing!
No, if I had a baby, right, and Suzanne was out, she worked nights or something,
Yeah!
and I'd nodded off, I'd put the baby to sleep,
Yeah.
and then it's 3 in the morning, and I'm woken up by the sound of a baby laughing, that would terrify me.
How is this that? I just think the baby's sitting up in a chair like Chucky, going.
Well, no, I think the baby's reading his diary. Thinking, oh Christ, this is my father. I just hope I'm adopted.
Oh God, a baby laughing.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
This is you as you, not as you as a worm.
But have I had the training?
Oh, for
Oh.
No, well, I've said before, haven't I, about maybe having a go at an operation.
I don't know why it leaps from where it leaps from no ambition. Where if he could have a job, it would his best job he's ever had is a paper round, and if he could have a job, he'd like go to the cobbler once a week and then walk a dog. To I'd like to have a go at thoracic surgery.
No, I'm just saying, I bet it's, like, we do this, and, you know, some people like listening to it and what have you, and you go, fair enough, but I never feel like I'm doing anything of any worth.
No, you're absolutely right there.
But if you're going into like an hospital, which are places that are pretty miserable anyway, as an office space, not only have you got to go in that building and work in it, but you've then got the pressure of changing a lung or whatever I've said before. Right?
Changing a lung, yeah.
But I'd like to have a go at it so I can say
You've done it.
I've done that.
So under what circumstances, in what world, do you think anyone's going to let you have a go at changing a lung and that? Jim will fix it.
No, I'm just saying the
Comic
way.
relief.
But the way the world is, and the way that there's more and more people, more and more doctors are needed. I mean, it's already happening now that people are doing jobs that they're not really qualified for because they get sort of what's the word? Sort of uppered too early.
Upward.
Upward! I love the fact it's basic language. It's like it's unbelievable. Upward.
Do you know what I mean?
Promoted.
Yeah, promoted.
Yeah.
They get promoted.
I
too
prefer
early.
upward.
Upward's great.
So
Why was there a nice upward? Unbelievable.
So do you know what I mean? I think because more and more people are knocking about, we need more and more doctors.
Yeah.
You get a job in a doctor's, you're going to be promoted sooner now, I think.
Yeah. Well, what I'd do is I'd probably upper you, and then what's the word? You go away them.
I think it is you go away them.
You leave the door. You leave the door. You fire them. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'd upper you and go away the doctor, if anything.
But I've been to, you know how I don't like going to the doctors and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're always scared that they might investigate below the bridge.
Yeah, but I checked on that before. I signed up to it, and then they said, right, before we can take you on as a patient, you've got to have a health check, right? Which I thought was odd, because it's almost like saying, if you're ill, we can't be having you coming here, right? But I said, right, okay, fair enough. What is this health check? And they said, oh, you know, we just check your body out and make sure you're fit and healthy. And I thought, that isn't enough information. You know, I want to know if it's the old finger trick, or and I said, what do you mean though? When you said health check, what do you do? And she said, oh, it's just, I think she knew what I was getting at. And she said, oh, it's just the blood pressure, your height, your weight. That's about it. So I went and had it and stuff. But you had to, before you sort of said, right, I want this doctor, they give you loads of forms to fill out, right? And one of the things they did was, if you die, what do you want to give away? Right, like a donor.
Mm.
And what have you, and I thought, I really thought about it for 40 minutes or so. I didn't just rush into it. I was sat there thinking, you know, if I'm dead, does it matter and stuff? But I was really concerned when it said about the eyes.
Oh, brilliant. How to ruin a song by Ricky Gervais. Do you want to explain what you were doing?
I was just singing along to the backing vocal.
You're not just singing along.
Doing it like a mental.
Well, just give us a blast.
Well, I haven't got my headphones on, I've got to do it in time, haven't I now? Because wait, was it? Is it finished?
It's finished now.
And it was just going, when Bowie goes, satellite, I was going, ah, like that.
Yeah. But in Room 101, you're going to put irritating people.
I Yeah, but it's something nice what making.
Are you going to climb down that little thing and climb in yourself?
It's sort of, yeah, maybe.
You know they have sort of a visual representation of the thing that irritates them. They always have that, like Shakespeare, there would be a bust of Shakespeare's head. Just a picture of you.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh dear. Barry in the background, Satellite Love, song for the lovers. I should have like sung along on air.
I love the idea of you when that came out, you know, sort of 17, got a girl back to your place, you know, just making out with her. Just that record's on in the background, you just go, ow! I'm gonna have to shoot off now, really. Ow! Just send me to it, I'll enjoy myself. Ow! I'll finish myself off. Ow!
Oh dear. Oh, you can't do that.
Oh, we've cheapened that song.
Oh.
You've ruined that song forever for me.
No, I haven't.
But it's see the thing about Lou Reed is because Perfect Day, just a genius song. But we can never play it now, can we? Because of that BBC ad.
No, because I'll tell you what's her name coming in at the end? M people.
Yeah.
That thing she does with her
Absolutely
voice.
that song. There's a couple of songs that have kind of like I always remember.
And who's that one that goes? It's such a perfect day.
Yeah, it's a
Who's
little
that?
opera ponce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a song. Any other songs ruined because of their association with things? That song, First Time, which was on the Coke ad. First time, first love.
wasn't that Falling on Blondes?
That was Robin Givens.
Robin Givens, yeah. What was didn't Falling on Blondes do something like that?
No, not
I just keep seeing Falling on Blondes in the playlist.
I think Falling on Blondes just, they ruined their own career by writing songs.
Yeah.
It's becoming a feature.
Yeah, we should play Falling on Blondes one week.
Rick, well, I was going to say something to you before we got sidetracked. What were we talking about, Carl? Oh, we were talking about,
We nearly lost it then a bit, but I think we pulled it back.
It's okay, no, we had a fascinating fact that we were going to
Oh yeah, if everyone in China, Carl.
This is true, Carl.
Right,
Carl,
listen to
wake
this.
up and listen.
Listen, if everyone in China jumped, it wouldn't be hard to coordinate. They did Hands Across America. They did up yours, the laws, right? We can coordinate this. We can get the sun involved or something, right? Everyone, 1.2 billion or something, jumped up and down at the same time.
Shut up. You're not explaining this clearly
It would
enough.
cause a tidal wave that would destroy America.
If every person in China jumped up at the same time, that would cause a tidal wave that would destroy America, apparently, according to physics.
According to physics.
I don't believe it.
It is, no, true, it's a fact. We're not making this up. We both know this is a fact.
We're not making it up. We've heard it, but
Yeah.
obviously I don't know what that's based on. Someone going, just had a terrible thought, Mr. President. What is it? No, you know the atomic bomb and all that? Yeah, forget it. Forget it. If everyone in China jumped up and down, they'd wipe us out. Right. You know what I mean?
See, there should be some Chinese leader just threatening them with that.
Yeah, just showing them a picture of everyone just poised.
just pictures of China people just crouching.
On pogo sticks.
Exactly.
Just a billion
Or
Chinese people.
Just all stood on the Great Wall of China. About to jump off. That would be brilliant.
Oh,
See, look at
dear.
Carl, he's dumbfounded, he's scared now.
He's scared now, ain't you?
But there's more chickens in the world than people.
Oh,
Play record.
well, that's brilliant.
What an amazing track. Incredible.
No one else is playing that on a Saturday afternoon, Rick?
No.
Are they?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean that in a good way. I mean that like we're breaking new territory. Like
Just
playing
the
songs
intro.
from the early
The
70s.
intro's got one of the best. Oh no. I think Dr. Fox or Simon Bates said that about a track once.
Really?
But this has got to be the best intro of a rock song ever. The fact that I was saying it about The Who and he was saying it about Money for Nothing is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Someone made me sit in their car once, with their new car stereo system, so that they could play me the beginning of Money for Nothing.
Oh.
Just sat there, I was like, yeah.
Have we got that?
Crank
You've
it
probably got that in the library, haven't you?
Is it right that Roger Daltrey in The Who,
yeah, that's right.
his kid is in EastEnders, the one who plays Robbie? Something my mum told me, and I don't know if she's got it right or wrong.
What,
But it does look like
No, that's
him.
What, Dean
Gaffney?
Gaffney?
Yeah. But he didn't want to go off his dad's name and that, so he's changed
So he
it.
used his brilliant talent. And his pox-faced.
Do you know if that's right?
I don't know.
It looks like him, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure that's libelous if it's wrong.
Oh, right, yeah, you'd be ashamed to have Roger Daltrey as your dad.
Well, no, but Roger Daltrey might not want it getting round that he gave birth to Specky.
Yeah, right, actually.
I see what you mean.
Specky? Spotty?
Spotty, so I looked at you.
Yeah. Alright, calm down.
Well, I don't know, you've got nice clear skin. At least I didn't call you Spotty Goggle-Eyed Freak, boy. You've got a nice skin, like a nice complexion, smooth-faced, goggle-eyed freak, boy, fish.
thank you.
Yeah.
Let's be nice.
Carl, what? Don't you like us arguing? Is it like Mum and Dad arguing? Do you get all...
It's a bit like that.
In the caravan. There was nowhere to escape to.
Oh no, rattling around.
Did you
that
make
little-
any friends when you were down on the caravan site?
Yeah, a lot of people from Birmingham were there.
What kind of pals did you have? What were their names?
I can't remember, it was years ago, but
Yeah.
they all had rich parents.
Right.
Like, they had, like, their own car to drive around the campsite on and all that.
Right.
Yeah,
So I used
their
to
own
think about them.
fence.
So I'd have a
With,
go.
And, but they were mates, and you saw them every year, did you? Or every 3 weeks when you went down there?
Yeah.
oh.
You didn't keep in touch with any of them?
No.
I've got to admit now, I went to the same place in a caravan for about 6 years running. I went to a place called Riverside in Bognor, because someone round the corner from us had a caravan, two-berth caravan. Me, my mum, and my nan.
I think I'm really lucky to have had it, really. Because a lot of mates who I had didn't have enough money to go on holiday, and they just get a present for the summer holiday.
I would just like,
Of course, they got an education, so it's really
yeah, but Carl, the thing is with Carl is, right, I want to give him gifts.
Yeah.
I want him to have the loveliest Christmas ever. I want him to go pony trekking. Do you know what I mean? I want to just...
Scared of horses.
So many things we don't know about Carl.
Fell off one out of fate, and the woman didn't know what to do. She couldn't handle the horse. It was running off. I was hanging underneath, getting a kick in the head. Never-
Really?
Now, hang on, what age were you? This could explain a lot.
I was about 6.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh, I think we got to the bottom of it here.
Oh no, got kicked in the head by a horse, lived in a caravan, and had to live in Wales half the time. Oh, then no wonder this is your favourite time of the week. Do you look forward to this all week, these 2 hours?
It's alright.
What would make you truly happy, Carl? Do you mind me just asking that? What would make you truly happy in life?
I was thinking about it in the week, and I don't know.
You don't know. There's nothing that you particularly want that you feel like once I've got that.
Well, the easy answer there is money, innit? But I don't
No, it's
know.
not
I
true.
don't know if it's true.
No, you know, you just need enough
Do
money.
you feel spiritually satisfied?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'd say.
Carl, have you embraced the good word of the Lord?
What do you mean?
Well,
Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour.
we're having a meeting tomorrow. It's in the church hall, and we'd like you to come along.
I went to a church.
Rick, I've got to say this. I was with, I got this housemate who I don't know that well, and I've been living with him for about two months or something, right?
Yeah.
And he's in the kitchen, he's washing up, and I just turned to him, right, and he doesn't know me that well because we sort of talk to each other now, but we don't know. And I just turned to him, I went, Matt, have you got to know the good word of the Lord? And he went, and he looked at me with utter fear in his face. And I just went, I just think we should sit down a bit and just talk about the word of the Gospels. And he just looked at me, and he was utterly petrified. I just started laughing, cracking up, and it's the sigh of relief. He was absolutely petrified. It's a brilliant game to play if you're getting a lift on a long car journey with people you don't know very well. Just bring that out.
Yeah.
It's so terrifying.
Yeah.
I went once.
If you're also another good one is when you pick up the hitch. I say like, I wonder what this car would look like on fire.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to drive the wrong way down the motorway.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you? What does a knife feel like when it's going into your eye? What?
Have you seen that story in the week with a farmer who got his arm stuck in a bit of machinery, and he was going on about. I mean, he came on with a false arm, so you knew something was wrong straight away. But
you knew it wasn't going to end happily.
But he was he said, "I'm a farmer. I've been a farmer for years, and I'm always telling people don't stick your hands in machines." He said, "But I got off my tractor and the machine had stopped, and he went to shift some, I don't know if it was a Coke can or something that was in the field and put it in the machine."
Bloody cows drinking Coke.
Oh, this is not the famous one that about 15 years, and he took his arm to the hospital, and he was making jokes. His arm was in ice.
He didn't take his. No. What it was his hand went in and the machine started again.
Yeah.
And it started pulling at his skin. Right? So like the skin was coming off his arm.
Yeah.
And it was going around the rollers.
Yeah.
And he was pulling back like that. So he's like, oh god.
Yeah.
And the skin's like being wrapped round and it's like pulling it. So he can see his bone and stuff.
Oh no.
And he was there for like ages going, oh god. And he had a penknife in his pocket. So he got that out with the other hand, managed to open it. I mean that's
Yeah, because they stick, don't they? After a while, I've got one of those Swiss Army knives.
Well, that's what it was.
I can't do it with two hands sometimes once they get all full of gunk.
He managed to do that with one hand. And
Yeah.
cut away the skin.
That's not true, is it?
Yeah.
Has he learnt to farm again, like the drummer of Def Leppard? Has learnt to drum again.
Have they got like just like the
Can
handles?
he
Like
farm now with just one arm?
He was good because he was making a joke out of it and that.
Oh, that's good, though,
I
that's
think
good.
that's good, but
that doesn't mean you can, Steve. Then
No, sure.
he had to cut his own flesh off to escape a combine harvester.
Yeah.
He doesn't need you. You know.
Making wisecracks.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I just always remember getting a hot plate out of the oven when I was younger, and that absolutely killed.
Yeah.
It stuck to my fingers, and I just thought the pain that he must have been going through.
Yeah.
Must have been what? You must have been worse than a hot plate.
Oh.
It must have been worse than maybe dropping a pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's nearly it.
That is pretty much it.
XFM 104.9. Fast approaching 3 o'clock.
It is indeed. Is that pretty much it, Carl? Is this our last link?
I'd wrap it up.
Yeah? Yeah, so would I, actually. It's a song for the ladies' time. And this is a song you put me onto, Rick.
It's a beautiful
If you
song.
recall. Special View, aka Telescopic Love from The Only Ones. The B-side of Another Girl on Another Planet, their only hit, maybe?
Well, yeah, I think one of them. But,
Some great stuff on the best
I know,
of the
yeah.
Only Ones, which it's just a band kind of...
Another Girl on Another Planet. That might be up for the best intro in a rock and roll record of all time. I'll put up Won't Get Fooled Again and Another Girl on Another Planet. Foxy, he's already putting up money for nothing.
Exactly.
So, maybe we'll run that competition next week.
Although Walk of Life is particularly good. Here comes Johnny singing oldies, goldies, bebopalula, baby, here. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, nonsense.
Walk of Life. Okay, so this is Special View from The Only Ones, a song for the ladies, and that's it. See you next.
Goodbye.